All right, gonna do a bit of a quick one. Try out the new camera. We're gonna do this a little different as well. We got two lies and a truth. See at which point you can figure out which one is which. I say using it's pretty obvious. And if you've ever taken apart a Bugout, these are the mini variant. But if you've ever taken apart a Bugout, you will understand that it's not the easiest thing in the world, these things. For such simple knives, they are, because of these damn liners, and of course the dreaded springs in there, the Omega springs, they are not fun to disassemble. But I'll do it anyway. And oof. Jesus, that is Loctited to hell. Holy crap. I have not disassembled this mini yet. Or any of these minis, actually. So, this could be interesting. As far as how much Loctite is going to be in these. So being a mini Bugout, you basically have to take out all of the screws. There's not just a couple that hold it together, they all kind of play a part. And that's one of the reasons these are so annoying. As you can, well, you probably have a couple of them, I suppose. So now we're on the inside of this guy. Get a little bit of a better zoom on it. You can see some oil in there. So I got a bit of a mold mark there. The inserts are black metal, I'm assuming. Can't tell. I don't know why you'd put plastic in plastic, but who knows. Nice standoffs. Matching thumb stud. At this point, you can still actually use the knife, even with that scale off. Probably not the best idea in the world, but it is usable. So it'd be great if you could just disassemble it from here. But I don't think you actually can. At least I've never been able to. Take that, yeah, because you got to be able to get the other Omega spring off. You got to be able to get that guy down there. So you got to take at least this other guy off here. And this other one on this side, which is this guy. And then you can take the whole assembly out. Including the blade. Just gotta get it off of the pivot, which can be really annoying. There it goes. Okay. So now I got the whole assembly out. We'll go ahead and bring the other handle scale in since we're here. Same mold mark. I don't remember what they call these, sprue pins or release pins or something. Okay, well, it might give you a clue as to which one we're dealing with this guy. So now that this whole assembly is out, this guy just kind of slides out, and this is actually the easy part. Getting it back together is the fun part, but I don't really need to do anything with this, so I'm just going to leave it like that. See, it's a little dusty. Nothing crazy. Not a lot of oil in here either, actually. Let's see on this guy we're working with here. These bushings obviously come off. I'm just leaving them stuck on there with the oil right now. I definitely could use a wipe down. I try and leave them facing the same way, but that's always an exercise in futility. All right, so we have successfully broken the scale. Rather easily, actually. I thought that might happen, but I wasn't sure. All right, so that's one down. Let me zoom back out here. Here we go. So let's take apart one of these now. And what are we looking at? Oh, I had the wrong bit going. Okay. Oh, it's the right one. I got to take it apart anyways. Okay. There we go. I'll try and do this the exact same as I did that last one, the orange guy. Just for continuity's sake, if nothing else. Screws are a little different, and that one are a little longer and a little larger. Let's see here, that's one of those I just took out of that one compared to the other one. Oh, come on, focus. Here we go. No Loctite in the bigger one either. With a lot of Loctite in all of the screws on the orange one. All right, scale's off. The screw is still right there. Let's see if we can get, there he goes. All right, now what are we looking on in here? Looking at, it looks like, appears to be carbon fiber through and through. It's not just a coating. It's like it's machine carbon fiber, what you'd expect. That's what it looks like out here anyways. That strength. Oh yeah, we're way stronger. It doesn't even want to flex. Could probably get it to flex from this thin spot, but I'm not gonna. I already broke one. It broke one. I don't need to break another one. That's as hard as I can push it. It is stiff. Holy. Okay. So there's a big difference. The only difference with this model as well is we're looking at this backspacer job instead of these standoffs. Which, you know, whatever, preference. I like it because it makes the lanyard a little more of a feature instead of this just being a hole in the handle. But I don't use lanyards, so I like the cleanliness of the standoffs, but these are kind of a little more premium look, I think. So we got a lot more oil in here, looks like. So let's go ahead and pop this guy out. Same screw there. Okay, let's see how it comes off of the pivot. About the same. Okay. What's this scale looking like? Same shit. Oily. Same strength. Quite strong. How about all this? It's more or less the same. I'm going to. Oh, well, there's our first indication of something else going on here. There's a bearing on this one instead of a bushing. And that's because this is the clone. I'm not going to take this one apart, but this is also the clone. So, in other words, I just broke my legit Benchmade mini Bugout. Kind of out of curiosity and kind of on accident. I was wondering how easy these scales are to break since they really do feel cheap. They feel really chintzy in the hand. These ones, being the clones, they don't. They don't feel cheap. They actually feel, I mean, they're obviously real carbon fiber. You can tell just by the, well, I can tell by the strength. And you can feel the grain. You can feel the strands of the carbon fiber in there. But something else I wanted to try, which is another reason why I wanted to take this apart, is to see if I can put the actual Benchmade innards into the clone scales. I don't see why you can't. They should be the same. I was kind of curious to see if I could use the bearings too, but I don't know if I want to do bearings on it. Now this one's also, I don't know if you can see that, it's more greasy. More of a grease than oil. It's kind of thick on there. Tiny little balls in these ball bearings. Holy. So, So yeah, I broke my Bugout. But that's okay. I can buy new scales. I'm not worried about that. But the only thing I got to worry about now is getting these damn innards mixed up. But let's go ahead and compare and see if it's an easy way to tell them apart. It looks like it is. This is the clone on the top. You can see the one on the bottom. It almost looks like it's a different material. I'm guessing this just because that's how they manufacture them. The obviously the thumb, the axis lock on the clone, that guy looks kind of shitty, kind of cheap compared to the OG Benchmade. It's got a fatter collar on the lower side of it. Does it? Yeah, it is. Basically the same there. Same. Well, the jimping looks a little different. The OG's a little more rounded peaks. I'd say this one looks a little sharper on the peaks. So there's pretty obvious differences when you get down to this level. They both have the location, the flat spot in the hole. But the clone one still has the other bearing in here. And I think I'm just going to leave it. Because it is just greased the hell in there. Which will also explain why the action felt a little sluggish. So let's see, what are we looking at? So if the thickness of the bearing compared to these bushings is close, I am going to put the bearings on the actual Benchmade. And see how it runs. So if we go try to roll the ball through maybe to get a thickness. Trying to roll the ball bearing through the caliper. There we go. Looks like it's 0.5. That is exactly the same as the bushings. So you know what? Let's see. Let's see if we can upgrade our legit Benchmade mini Bugout with the with the scales and the bearings of the clone. I don't know. Should I use I want to use all of the OG. Oh, I'm going to have to use the clone hardware, though. Because of the backspacer. I wonder if I could use... I think I'll put it together with the clone hardware first. See how I like it. And if it sucks... these orange guys aren't going to... I mean, they will make sense with that. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do a full swap. Take this all off. The little barrels. Come on. Get away from the num. We gotta get the freaking pocket clip off to get this other one. And I don't remember. I don't think that pocket clip. I think it did. No, this one came with that pocket clip. I bought so many different freaking deep carry Benchmade pocket clips. I don't remember where I put them all. Okay, so that's all the hardware taken out of our broken scale. And the pivot. Pivot might be the same, actually. It looks the same. So let's use the OG pivot. Yeah, fits the same. Okay. And we need to take this damn backspacer job off of this guy. And the cheap painted clip, which definitely looks cheap compared to the OG clip. The actual mini bug. Oh shit. Those are stiff. Wow. Oh, that one's not. That one's completely loose. And it feels all fucked up. Huh. Yeah. It's a clone. What do you expect? See if you can make out the threads in here with this fancy camera. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Come on. Because they look to me like they're messed up. Oh yeah. They are all chowdered out in there. No, maybe not. Not as bad as it looks. Not as bad as it feels anyways. Yeah, they look alright. It's probably just a bunch of... It does look like aluminum in there though. Okay, so can I get this other one off or what? It's tight as all hell. Something popped. Yeah, it was a screw. We're good. Okay. Uh-oh. This. I just kicked the main pivot screw over to the OG hardware. Okay, we're good. All right. So the only issue, which is kind of not an issue for me, is it's not going to have that lanyard attachment. It's kind of a bonus, but it might look a little goofy. Oh no, yeah, we can't use these because the holes aren't the same. I can show you right here. Get you zoomed in. The holes, see, they're kind of little oblongs to index with these guys. They fit in a certain way, just like that. And obviously these do not, because they're just screw holes. So we could probably get away with it drilling them out a little bigger, but I'm not doing that right now. So that means we're going to have the blue job with the fucked up threads. Now I got to try and remember which screws went in this thing. Yeah, I think it was these larger ones. Appears so. All right. Let's get them both sitting in there. Is this the right one? I don't remember. It's all the same shit. That one. Of course, I actually felt like one of these was actually stripped. It might have been this one, maybe. Seemed like it's snugged up. I'm definitely not going to tighten the hell out of it. Okay. Keep forgetting to zoom you guys back out. All right. guess the next question is this thing even going to fit in these milled pockets? That's pretty important. No, it doesn't. Okay, so we're looking at bigger size, different sizes all around here. Just didn't look close enough. Yeah, I can even see it now that I look at it. Got a different length on this guy. We're at 24.6 roundabout. And this one, oh yeah, a lot shorter. This one is 22.9, 22.7. Okay, so this will not fit in the pockets of the clone. Well, that's a shame. I guess that means I have to buy some Bugout scales. Wow, okay. But, no, I can't even do that. I was going to try the bearings, but I can't because I broke my freaking scale off. It might kind of work, though. Because I was really curious to see how the actual Bugout action felt. Yeah, it might hold together. Let's give it a shot. What the hell? Okay, which one's which now? That's the clone. Okay, here we go. I'm all over the goddamn place. Well, we can at least try the bearings. And actually, since that scale's broke, it might even make it easier to reassemble. Uh-oh. Here's another issue. Which one's the clone? This one's the clone. I can tell just by looking at it. Okay. Clone pivot discovered. Eradicated. Now we need to get this. This is the fun part. Building Bugouts. And I'm sure there's a trick to this. I've watched... God damn it, I can't remember his name. I watched one guy show some tips on how to do this. And there are tips, but I'm just going to kind of wing it here. Okay, we got that around. Gotta get the blade in. We gotta pull the lock back. Oh, fuck. Okay, get the blade down. There it is. Now we just gotta get the other... Oh, never pulled it out of here. The other bearing out of here. Leave it kind of greased. It might help me out. Shoving it up under there, you can see. And I'm also using a toothpick. Which any knife guy should have toothpicks on his bench. It is really helpful. Or any hobbyist, really. Whoop. Lost my lock there. Okay. I think it's going. I think I got it. Come on. There it is. Okay. Now we're in. We're in like Flint. So, I don't know if the broken scale made it easier, but it's definitely in. And I'm going to put one of these little small guys just to hold it while I got it. There we go. Okay. So that's the hardest part, getting everything in there. Okay, so now put the other side of this sick custom scale I got. Put him on, have the little small one hold it. Okay, come on. Don't be scared. There it goes, it bit. Hey, look at that, good as new. Can't even tell, guys. Yeah. Broken scale? What broken scale? Oh, that one. Yeah. Well. Alright, so looks like I'm gonna be a little more careful here. I'm about to lose my lineup. Alright, so now we do have to put the standoffs back on as well. So we'll do that now. And that's one thing I really do. They are a pain in the ass, these bugs. They do use the same screws. all around. There is a method to their madness. All these little screws are the same. The only different one is the pivot. Well, and the pocket clip. The pocket clip screws are different too. Oh, careful now. Okay, standoffs are back. It's back. Let's see what happens when we put this back together here. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. Well, the handle's broke, so there's that. I've got to get this in there, and it's kind of being a pain in the ass for some reason. I might have got them backwards. There it goes. Just took a little pressure. Okay. I mean, honestly, it looks fine. Put the little one back in the corner. Which that actually, the tightness of those can actually affect the action on these. Nick Shabazz, that's what I was trying to think of. He did a really good video taking these apart. And all the bugs are the same. Obviously the mini is just a little smaller, but you know, I didn't even check if I got that Omega spring back. It looks like I did. I think I did. Whatever. Alright, so that's everything except a pivot. Let's put our pivot back and see what happens. I don't want to over tighten it too bad because it's got these random ass clone bearings in there. But and also it was Loctited to hell, so yeah, it still is. So we'll just tighten, snug, and back it off. Okay, so how does it feel with a broken scale and clone bearings? Huh. I can feel them rolling. These things are too small, these damn mini bugs. And the broken scale really doesn't seem to affect it. Does not seem to affect, surprisingly. I'm going to put a little oil in there. Because it feels gritty and I feel like it might loosen that grease up a little bit, which is probably a good thing. Okay. Work that in a little bit. You can, I don't know if you can hear it, but almost sounds like a zipper, like a really small zipper. I'm guessing that's that bearing running across these machine lines. You see them in the steel. Well, you can see me better in the blade. It's interesting. I always figure if you could actually polish, if I actually polish the steel on the blade, it would probably be a really nice action. Alright, so that is the OG Benchmade mini bug with a broken scale. I don't know if you can tell still. There we go. I gotta zoom in a little bit. You can see. Broken clear through. That was fun. How's the centering look? That's actually pretty important since those random ass. Okay, the centering is trash. We're definitely at Benchmade factory levels centering, which I would expect with those busted. Because it was actually, I didn't even show before, but it was actually centered pretty well for a Benchmade, for a Bugout especially. Actually, I can show you the centering on this clone. This other clone that I have is the same thing. I took apart the other one. Centering is really good. And this one, the OG bug, was the same. I will say the action was fantastic with these bushings, so I can't say that this is like a huge improvement. And I don't know if I like the way that it kind of feels like you can feel it. Well, okay, I had that pretty tight. Back that off just a little. Oof, that is pretty nice actually. No blade play. Drop shut all the way. You know what? I think that might actually be an upgrade. Bugout on clone bearings. It's kind of a shame about that scale, but honestly, even pushing on it, I mean, obviously it flexes just because it's a Bugout. Since that screw holds this half of the scale, and this screw holds this half of the scale, not to mention the pivot also holds this little piece of the scale. It's not even an issue. I mean, I know it's broke. If you look at it and you can see it's broke. I hate those damn orange scales anyway, so I'll probably end up looking at getting some nice thin ones. Oh, carbon fiber would be nice. I was really hoping these were going to work. This carbon fiber with that orange hardware would have looked kind of cool. I don't know how I would have felt about that missing. That would have looked kind of dumb. So I would have ended up leaving the blue. And the blue would have clashed a little bit with the orange, maybe. I don't know. It might have looked alright. Either way, whatever. Fun little experiment. Just wanted to test this camera out and show off another weird freaking video. This is kind of funny though. That ended up being, I mean, hell, I upgraded it, right? It's got bearings now. It's a good thing. No, not all knives should be on bearings, but some knives should. And now I gotta go buy some scales. So thanks a lot. See you next time.